Alright, so this is the mod for the logs. As it is now, the logs are up in the air and they're held on this invisible, they're wired to this invisible plane with beams, which then beams break when the trigger on the bottom is triggered, which until now you haven't been able to see it. I just textured it just as a you know, like asphalt. So it's just this plate, and it's connected with beams that connect to these invisible planes here, which they'll break really easily when you drive over this. And when those break, it triggers a brake group, which breaks the ones at the top. Which I realize now this is backwards, but I'm not worrying about it. I'm not doing anything else with this. It'll just be backwards. Now I had went into Mushroom and I did make a model from the hill in the game where I just took a lot of screenshots and basically, well, I took video and I exported the video into screenshots, and then I ran it through Mushroom and had it process a 3D representation of that section of the map, which you can see. I'll hide the cameras. And turn off all the balls, and you see, you know, they made this here, which when I saw, I was like, man, it's got holes in it. I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna fool with making it this way. I said, that's just, I ain't even gonna do that. So I just took a screenshot of above. Now I edited the texture, so I can now make a texture for this triangle. So I already made all the files, all the textures. I just need to load them into here. And of course that ain't right, which I didn't apply all the transforms when I scaled it. So I'll unwrap it now and it'll probably look better. Or I'll just do a cube projection and that fixes it. Which that's probably not the scale. Which I know that ain't the scale. Let me do it this way. Let me pick the top plane. It looks like they're the wrong way anyway. I make them, rotate them. Since that's a seamless tile, I can scale it large. Well, no, it ain't seamless either. I see a seam. Oops. Well, it'll be alright. If anybody's looking at the seams, then they got too much time on their hands and not enjoying the mod, that they want to go looking for flaws. And you should cover this up anyway with the soil, so you won't be looking at the back sides or anything like that. At least it's something, and instead of you having to make it with the ground, you know, that's the whole point of making that, just so you don't have to fool with it. I don't know if the angle is too steep but I want to make sure the logs don't get stuck, and they do roll down it. So next I need to move the logs. I need to move the logs and the thing at the top. And I'll put these where they are, I don't know, about where the trigger is. But I don't want them spawning in the object. Things have enough time as it is to not go through one another. So I'll put them like here, rotate them a little. I'll probably move this. Now someone said make more logs. I'd already thought about this anyway, so I'll do that. I'll put 4 more. And let's see. I'll just duplicate those and put them here. I would just put them on the top, but like I said, things have crazy collisions. Like, the game don't do sidewall collisions right. I don't know how to explain how they do work, but I know things can go through one another really easily. And I see that when the logs hit the bottom and they bounce around and one falls into the other one. Alright, so this is where these will go. Now, I have 2 objects. I have the the basic cylinder, which acts as the J-beam. So I remove it, you'll see what's inside is the actual mesh. But to make a mesh move, it has to have a J-beam. Think of it like an ice cube. What's inside is wherever the ice cube goes, the object goes. And the better that the vertices match of your object to the vertices of the J-beam file, the better things bend and stuff. It's when you got crazy vertices every which way everywhere, and you got they don't line up worth of crap with the object, and that's when you start having these weird warping looks and effects and stuff. Now for these to work, like cylinder 1, 2, 3, like cylinder 1, which that ain't in no kind of order. I'll just redo the sons of guns. That's what I'll do. It's just easier just to redo them. So I'll make the first one like down there, like 1, or just cylinder A, and make this one B, and I'll go through the letters of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. H. Now, they have to have unique prefixes in front of the node numbers. That probably don't make sense right now, but just know that this also will be the group that it's assigned to. It don't have to be the group it's assigned to, but it makes it easier if you just keep some kind of system, you know, where things match up. The reason they gotta have their own prefix in front of the nodes is because all nodes are numbers, and if you have a lot of objects, you're gonna run out of numbers. I mean, they're gonna overwrite one another. So if you put a letter in front of the number, you can have unique numbers. Like H1, B1, C1, D1. Can't have them all just be 1, 1, 1, and 1, and yeah, they won't be anything. They'll be all the same. They won't be like in different places. They'll all be in the same spot. Alright, this is the, I'll call this heel. Now to get to this is, I'll call this trigger top. This also is a J-beam. It's a hidden one though, that you don't have collisions with it. So this is going to be, now see if that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is going to be prefix I. The heel is going to be prefix J. And then we go down to the bottom. We got to give these unique things too. So I call this left. Really, it's the wall that the trigger is hooked to, but I'll just call it left trigger. Gotta spell it right. And oh, I forgot I joined them together. They're joined. I'll just call this road or trigger bottom. That'd be better. And this is actually just road. So if I stopped on J, this would be H of J. This will be, I'll make the trigger bottom K. And I'll make the road L. And it should be all of them. The meshes don't get anything because they're just DAE files. You know, they already got their unique thing. Now I did since I copied these, I duplicated those up there. I need to change these so they all got unique names, because you gotta declare them in the JBeam file. So let me hide these cylinders. So we're just looking at the logs. And so we got log A. That ain't A though. That would actually be A, B, C, D, E. That'd be log E. That'd be log A. A, B, C, D, E, F. That'd be F. That's log B. B, C, D, E, F, G. That'd be G. C. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Where the hell's that one? I don't see it. Oh. That'd be D. E, F, G, H. So, alright. I think this is it. Now what I have to do is save the file. I'll just pick everything on the map, like every object. Just I'm in edit mode. Gotta go to object mode. Hit A, pick everything. Object set origin to 3D cursor, which is where the X, Y, and Z all come together. It's 0, 0, 0 coordinate. That's where the 3D cursor is. But you can move it, but that's where you want it to be. Alright, now apply all transforms. Okay, so I have to re-export all the J-beams, which are this cylinder A, B, C, D, E, F. I did want to do one other thing. I wanted to, no, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Forget that thought. So let's select the objects that are J-beams. Now in this case the heel is the model and it's a J-beam. The trigger down there is a J-beam. The top thing that those logs are going to hold on to, and then the bottom thing. So all these are actually the J-beams. $12 objects were just exported. Now I have to export only the models. So it's all these logs. It's going to be also this road and this heel. So do the visible things that you will see that are going to be DAE files, and I have to remember what these are: heel, road, because they have to be added to the J-beam. So file, export to DAE, but selection only, and they're going to go in the unpacked folder, in the logs mod folder, in vehicles, logs, and this is where they're going to go. treelog15.dae. Now it don't matter what you call the DAE file, that doesn't matter. The J-beam looks for these models that are here in this list, and as you can see, these don't get a base 0, 0, start 0, 1, kind of like track objects get. These don't get that. So we're exporting those only. We're overwriting the mod DAE file with these new models. So those are exported. Now all we have to do is put it all together. So load Notepad++. We close these files that I don't need. So we just have the logs J-beam loaded now. Now since I redid everything, I'm just going to delete all this stuff because it's all got new locations now. Since I moved everything, these aren't valid anymore. See, these are the nodes and their XYZ coordinates, which since I moved stuff, they have new XYZ coordinates. Now they probably still have the same beams and triangles, but I'm just removing everything. So this is kind of like I started over on the mod, more or less, pretty much. These are the cables that were holding those logs and that trigger on the ground, and these are all the collision triangles. So this is more or less blank. Now I did change these names here. So I added 4 more logs. So this is where you declare your models, your DAE file. Your not DAE, but your models that are in your DAE file. So I went through the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, and H. And remember, I said I'll just go ahead and make those group A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, whatever. It just makes it easier. Just keep things matched up. H. Alright, the other models, get rid of that. What's the other ones was? Heel, trigger bottom, trigger top, and road. Heel, road, trigger bottom, trigger top. And no, these don't have to be lined up, but it looks neat. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Trigger top. Heel. Road. Trigger bottom. What it was? Let me make sure. Yeah, trigger bottom, trigger top, heel, and road. Damn. I didn't do the prefix for the heel. Alright, what did I just tell them they were in here? Tops. E, F, G, H. I, J, K, L. Trigger top I. Nope, that's the wrong one, damn it. Trigger top I, heel J, road K, trigger bottom L. That just means now I gotta just re-export those. It'll override them with the new stuff I just changed there on the prefix. Alright, so everything should be correct. How did the hell that, damn, this, oh, that's the cylinder. But yeah, wait a minute, this ain't fixed yet. A, B, C, D. See, good thing you double check stuff. You'd be wondering why it didn't work. I forgot I did not do this yet. Let me just go through them all. That should be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, no, I, J, K, L. Alright, so now just re-export them all again. It's that simple. They'll just all be overwritten. Now save my file. I don't have to re-export the mesh, but actually I didn't export the invisible stuff. So yeah, I gotta export those. Even though they're invisible, there still needs to be a model. So these will be I think, I don't know, I'm gonna re-export them and we'll see. I can't think straight. Alright, now let's load the J-beam into, oh, wait a minute. I got to import all the stuff in here. So we go to the export folder where we just sent all that stuff to, all those 12 things, and we drag them and drop them in Notepad++. I'm going to move them to the other view over there. In the order that they should be. A, B, C, D. D, E, F. Alright, the next thing is trigger top, hill, road, trigger bottom. Now this is the boring part, which I need to put those in these groups. So that's H. I need I, J, K, and L added to the groups. Alright, now it's just a matter of going to each one and dragging their nodes, beams, and triangles over to the side so that all the stuff is in one J-beam. And we'll start with group A, and we'll do the nodes for all of them, the beams for all of them, then the triangles for all of them. So that's what you'll see me doing. Now the trigger on the top, it does not get triangles because it's not seen and it doesn't have collisions. Or the trigger on the bottom, not the trigger, I mean the walls that hold the trigger. These triangles aren't going. Now the next thing is, we'll save the file, then we load the JBeam editor and load the file into it. Do the next part in it. Logs, there we go. So we see our trigger, we see our heel, and at the top we see the logs. This is actually the JBeam. Which we should see 8 logs. It doesn't look like there's 8. Okay, I guess there is. I couldn't see it for a second. So there's the logs. And you'll see the hidden trigger, or the just plain. It's not really the trigger. It's just it's triggered. What's connecting to, is going to connect to it will trigger. All right. So what I'm going to do now is go over. This is the same file that was in Notepad++. It just looks a little different in here. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of the beams, and I have what I got. These are the supports. These are the strong supports here on the bottom. These are the ones that are intended to hold the ones at the top, because I don't want them to accidentally break. So they're held on with quite a bit of force. Now to make connections between these logs and that, we have to go into beams and say add single and then start connecting them. So I'll connect a vertice to which I could just connect all these together and just have the one at the top connect. Let's do it like that. That would work too. Because what will happen is when the trigger at the bottom triggers, all of these connections will be severed. So we only really need one up there at the top holding it. Or I may put an extra so that there's a couple. Get a little stronger. Probably what I'll do. And what may happen, these things may fall through this hill. Because like I said, the side collisions suck. Actually, it's not something that's even in the game. That's why you couldn't never make like a Jenga game in BeamNG, because of the side collision detection. There is none. I forgot. Agent Y explained to me how the collisions actually work. I don't remember exactly how he put it, but it made sense what he did say. I just question why they did it that way when they made the game, but I don't know. I don't know that kind of stuff. I'm not a developer. Alright, so all these are connected. You see these are the connectors. Now we have to go down to the road and connect those, and these will be a lesser strong, a weaker, so it won't take much to drive over this and these break. In fact, yesterday in testing it, I had them too weak at one point. We're just setting this thing up, they were breaking. Yeah, it sucks navigating in here because you gotta use the arrow keys on the right of the keyboard, and like apparently this is as fast as it goes. So if you ever wanted to make some epically large scale Statue of Liberty mod and you had some stuff to do in here, you'd be hating life because it's slow moving around. Alright, so in here these break easier, so you see these beam springs are a lot weaker. Now this FLT max means that it won't deform, but the beam spring is very weak. 1,000, it'll break. In fact, it's almost brittle. If the beam strength is less than the beam deformed, it's considered brittle, which this max, FLT max, means the strongest the game can do. Basically invincible. And with this even being not invincible, just being less, it's already going to be brittle. And the spring is how easy it will start to deform. Like 10,000 Newton forces will start to deform it, but only 1,000, I guess, it takes to break it. So I'll just connect this corner up here to this top. I'll do the same with this one. So what should happen is this bottom should rest on the road. That'd probably be fine. In fact, I'm going to leave it like, I'm going to connect the bottom ones like this to the bottom of that. And that should be that. That should be fine. Oh, crap. Gotta redo it. I didn't have. Wherever you put your cursor, refresh. Wherever you put your cursor is where things where they get put. All right, now I'll be right back. I'll finish this thing up. Now in this mod, there are a few things that are not going to be moving at all. That they're stationary and aren't affected by any of the physics like gravity, because they're not going to move. And those are these walls that hold this up, this heel, and the thing those logs are connected to. So the way you tell this to do that is up here where the nodes are, which I'll turn on these nodes so you can see them. You'll have to tell it the L nodes, the J nodes, and whatever the one at the top is, which that should be the I nodes. So I, the J's, and the L's do not move. So what you see here in nodes, you see fixed, false. That means every node that falls under this all the way down, all these will be false. They won't be fixed. To make some of them fixed so they don't move, we have to copy this and go to wherever the first one is, which is J. As I said, J, I, and L, I think is what I said. Let me double check. Heel is J, trigger is I, and the top, no, is L, I mean, and the trigger top is I. So we'll go to L first, no, J first. Or no, I first. I don't know my alphabet. So under group I, we paste this, and we just put in here true. K is not fixed, that's the trigger. So what we have to do is right where K is, put false. And underneath where that ends and L begins, put true. So whatever falls under something, whatever the rule is, everything that falls below it is applied. Same thing with the spring and the strength and all that of the beams. Same thing. Now there are ways you can add stuff to the sides, but I'm not getting into that. That's not even needed for this. So, and we're not using thrusters on this at all. I did think about putting a thruster or two on one of those logs just to see it fly off the screen. Because I could do that. Or I could, better yet, I could put a thruster on this plate at the bottom. So if you press T or G on the keyboard, which I'll just leave it at T, it'll make this thing go. Maybe that would be a good idea, since you wouldn't have to have the first car actually trigger the thing. You can just have a convoy coming by, and then you just press the T on the keyboard and pops the trigger, and down comes the log. So that'll probably be a great idea. So the way we do that is we find two nodes. The way a thruster works is it thrusts. So if I pick K1 as the top, K7 as the bottom, it's going to thrust like a rocket, whereas K1 would be the top of the rocket and K7 would be where the exhaust is. So I'll just put K1 as I'll just copy these and paste, and I'll just rename these. These are just, it's asking for two nodes, what those two nodes are. So K1 and K7. That's all we should need. I don't think we need any more than that. And 10,000 thrust should be plenty. It's probably way too much, but it'll make this road fly off into the distance, breaking free from the things it's held on to. So I think that is it. The reference nodes were already filled out, but now I got to redo them because the road is no longer F nodes or K nodes. If you look at this and you see where the blue line and then the green line and this red line converge, you'll see there is a node down there. It may be hard to see, but there's a node that says K1 right here. That's the first node closest to where X, Y, Z come together, which is not always the case. You can't always have one there, and you just pick the next closest. So this is the reference node, which the reference node is the part of the car, if it was a car, that the game knows, hey, this car crossed the finish line. It goes by that node, like it says. That determines the front of the car, or whatever the point of the car that's considered what crosses like the finish line. And it also determines where the camera is at when this spawns in relation to where it's positioned looking at it. Now the back would be K1, what's behind it, what it is to the left of it. I'm assuming the left is actually this way, but it could be that way. I'm not sure how that works exactly, which just means the camera will be over here or it'll be over here. You may be behind it or in front of it if you got it the wrong way. But if you don't put these reference nodes, which you'll see when you spawn it, the camera will act really erratic because it doesn't know where the hell to go. It's just kind of all over the place, unless you switch to free cam. There are far more things you can do with the camera in here than what I got. Which you can set up cameras for like inside, like for cockpit views and all different stuff like that. But I haven't gotten into any of that. I just looked briefly over it and thought, oh cool, you could like that space shuttle rocket, you could make an inside cam if you wanted to for it, for being inside of it. Now what is above the reference node? Absolutely nothing. There's no node above it. So I'll just leave that blank. I don't know what to put. There's nothing above it. Not directly above it anyway. How far is the camera away? 15.5, which I don't know. I think this offset is how high it's going to be, but that may be how low it's going to be. I'm just going to reset this to 0 because I'm not sure if it's a minus or a plus that actually goes above. I think it's a minus that goes above the ground. I mean, we can try it and see. I'll put minus 15 or minus 15, and we'll see if we're going to be above it or under in the ground. But I'm thinking that's how that works. I haven't honestly messed with this, but since this is such a large object, I didn't want it to spawn like right up on it on the ground. I want to kind of be up a bit, which there's also rotate and stuff you can add depending on, but we'll just go with this now. We'll save the file. I think we're done here. I'll just have to make the texture for the hill and the road, which if we go back to Blender, the hills texture, shit, I didn't name it. I'm just going to call this hill. I know I named the road underscore trigger. I'm going to leave that, and let me change this hill. No, I'll leave it. Alright, so once again I got to re-export these models with their texture name corrected, which hill was the only one. But so hill, road, trigger, bottom log, so basically all the stuff but those cylinders. Re-export. Now this doesn't affect what we just did. This is, like I said, the JBeam file, not the I mean, this is the models, not the actual JBeam file. Alright, so hill and road underscore trigger. So we load that materials file and we just add those textures. So I just duplicate this texture, put a bracket and a comma that tells it, hey, there's another texture, paste. And under this one, do the same thing. Put a bracket, a comma. And no, it don't have to be lined up in any kind of special way. It just looks neat. Alright, so road underscore trigger. And that goes it to name, and it goes to map to. Unless you're mapping it to another material, which we're not doing. I have done that though, like if I've screwed up and I didn't feel like fixing it. Now the texture for that road trigger is road I'm missing a texture. We're on my desktop. Hill. I didn't copy these in here. I only copied one of them. Is that all? I think I'm missing. I think I'm missing one somewhere. Thought I had a normals map for the hill, but I may not have made it. I don't see it. So copy them into here. Alright, so the road is actually supposed to be road.dds. Where's the base color map? Road.dds. The detail map and the detail map is road. Should be road underscore. Damn it, man. What the hell did I just damn do? Oh, I was about to be pissed off, man. I was like, damn it. Hit the wrong shit. Close the damn file. Road underscore HP .dds. The detailed normal map should be road underscore N. .dds and normal maps road underscore N. Roughness map is road underscore S for specular. And that, oh, ambient occlusion, just use the specular for that. That should be all of that one. Alright, the next one's hill. There's only two I have to make, just hill and road. Alright, so what do we got? We got hill, hill.dds. Make that the ambient occlusion also, or to make the specular hill dot underscore s.dds. Base color be hill.dds. Alright, there was no oh yeah, there is a detail map, hill underscore HP. I think there was. It'll be orange if there's not. There is no detailed normal map and there is no normal map. I must have got sidetracked and forgot to make it. And the roughness map will be the specular map, hill underscore S. That bugs me. I didn't make. Let me go make that real quick because it bugs the hell out of me. That makes it look good. The damn normal map. That's what makes it look 3D. I thought I was certain I made it. Old, recent. Hill. Yeah, I did make it. There it is. Oh, it's an error. Maybe this is when this thing crashed on me. Or it did crash. Maybe I was making that when it did. Or I know what it's doing. It's trying to load these and I moved the file already. So this should be. Huh. Let me navigate. It is in there. Hill underscore N. I did make it. I just didn't see it. Alright, cool. I ain't gotta make it. I don't know. I'm getting blind. I guess I don't see stuff right in front of me. Alright, let's load the mod, see if it works. While this is loading, I'll be right back. Damn, where are we at? We're gonna lock up. Well, at least our heel works. There goes the logs. Oh, we are way up in the air. That's has to do with the size of this thing, where the ground is, where, yeah, I should have did this on grid map, but then let's do that. Let's do this on grid map. It's flat. Let's see how it really spawns. This is flat, so it should spawn on the ground. See, I'm out of memory. Gotta get more memory. Memory costs money. I think for like 80 bucks I can get another 16 gigs. Spawn new. And apparently don't know where the hell the reference nodes are. Damn. I'm not seeing my trigger on the bottom. That heel is way up in the air. There's a damn trigger in the ground. I don't see it. What kind of errors did we get? Non-power of 2. Man, this son of a bitch. That damn program pisses me off. That GIMP. Well, them sons of bitches said they were correct, but they're not. Power of 2. This was so aggravating about them DDS files. If you're more efficient, they better perform better, but god damn it, man, they it's hard to road and heel. It says 1024 by 2048, and that says 2048 by 2048. Now, I don't know why it's saying they're not correct. That ain't. Oh, it was trying to tell me the specular was wrong. I still don't see them though. That's the thing. And this damn thing did not spawn in the right spot. Oh, the damn trigger is falling through the world. I see it now, I see the texture, but why is it falling? Why are those beams breaking? Slow motion. I don't know. Let's check the file. Apparently that trigger is screwed for some reason. There's no telling. I just have to look at it. Probably maybe the weight. Yeah, it's the weight. It's weighing. It's a very weak trigger, and it's weighing like 300, whatever the weight is in the game. In the last one I made, I had the Rode only weighing 5, but you see I didn't put those in the right spot, which the Rode is group K, so I just need to put K down there so it's in the. Now take this false with me. Put that under there, where, yeah. Alright, let's save, reload. If you do a lot of testing, it's better to do this stuff in a grid map because it loads so quickly. That shit annoys me with that camera. See, now it's working correctly. Or maybe it ain't, I don't know. I got the damn slow motion on. No, it ain't working correctly. There's still... The trigger's holding though. Well, it was. Just broke. Let me do this real quick. Make that double-sided. That's the trigger. I don't know why them broke. I have to do some inspecting. So Rode, let's make this Rode trigger right there. Rode. Let's make that double-sided. Ah, you son of a bitch. You're gonna lock up on me. That's that texture cooker shit doing that, but I don't use it, but other stuff does, and for some reason you try to load a texture cook texture in your material editor, it'll crash, or it did before last update. I don't know if they ever fixed it. That's why I never use it. Alright, double-sided. And I guess I'm going to revert back to 1.0. I'm going to get rid of that specular. There's the Rode. Damn, I thought I'd tiled seamless that too, but apparently I didn't. I just take all this shit off. Looks better without it. I don't know how that ended up with seams on it. Alright, there's the heel. And why it's up there in the air, I don't know. I don't. Which what I'll tell y'all to do. You load it, just move it. I guess it's good it's in the air. Better than being in the ground, eh? At least you know with it in the air, you can see it. You don't have to wonder where it is. So as you can see, I'm just moving it to the ground there. Oh yeah, I still got to fix the damn top. Them aren't supposed to just automatically come on down there. It's rolling quite nicely on that though hill. Let's check if the yeah that's that you remember I said I was gonna put a thruster on that? That's the that plate that you run over. I said, well, you could always trigger it by just hitting T. You don't have to actually drive over it. So that did work. See, but see, these should be holding. So let's fix that. Find out why those are not. So these are in the beams. Alright, they fall under this. Oh, that's not very strong there. But I make that a million. That shouldn't even be in there. Alright, save, reload. You know what? Remember I said I was going to put that damn camera. Let me put this at 0. I don't think this is what's mattering, why this is spawning in the wrong place, but I'm just going to put it at 0. And I know I just didn't put a reference node for the top, but I'm just going to just use the reference node as the top also. Let's see what it does and move the camera away. I'm going to put 35. I don't know where all my memory is gone. I think I closed all the apps that was up. Oh, now it's right. I guess that damn thing did matter. Hey, and look, the logs are where they're supposed to be. Up on the hill. Just waiting on this trigger to be triggered. Uh-oh. Well, I guess the strength does have to be less than max for it to actually break. I didn't know. I thought it would break regardless, but so we do need to put a number here. Let's put a high number. Or put 500,000. Alright, and you know what that means. Reload. Apparently it doesn't dynamically update. I think some things do, but not that. Alright, our logs are holding in place. Let's hit T on the keyboard and then break free. Hell no, they don't. They're not linked to the brake group, I think. It's the problem. Damn it, this damn thing. Well, they are actually, because if I break one and they all just broke free from one another. But I don't know why that's not triggering that. It should. It did yesterday. So it should make no difference if you drive over it or if whether you drive over it or whether you trigger it like I did with the thruster. It should not matter. Either way, should have made those come down. Alright, let's look at it again. What is it? Brake group 0. Maybe that has to be above this. Let me close all this shit over here so I don't see this word wrapped stuff. It's confusing to me. Alright, let's put this at the top. Above this. So everything below follows that rule, is the way it should work. Save, and you guessed it, reload. I think this is what it was. That just needed to be, that wasn't included in there as well as the problem. It didn't have a connection to the brake group. Well, shit, now they're damn braking too easily. But not all of them broke. Oh, this thing, I tell you what. Now, it is connected, you see? When that broke, it made those break. But why did they? Oh, you know what that is? That's the beam spring. You know, I said it could have a certain amount of spring before it breaks. There is no beam spring declared. Or, yeah, see, it's following this one's beam spring, which is the one from below. Wait, look at that shit. I got this in the wrong spot, folks. Damn, I'm a dumbass. I don't see this stuff. I got to look better than that. See, look, I had 2 beam springs for this thing at the bottom, which it's not a million for the ones at the bottom. If that was the case, the damn trigger at the bottom wouldn't break. Unless you drove a tank over it. Doggone it. Let's try it again. Be right back. damn energy drink going through me. I didn't have as much problems with it yesterday. It worked like the first time almost. But I did do more to it today. And talking, I don't focus as well. Alright, they are holding in place. Now the ultimate test is I trigger that, they come down the hill. Hey! We got a working mod. Boom, 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 boom. That would be a hell. You know, when I was in high school, I actually I didn't know her. Oh, you see how side collisions of mods don't properly. I think what Agent Y said, I don't know if you know Agent Y, really smart guy. He said like what touches are actually like the nodes, I believe. Like a node will touch a node, or a node will touch a beam. Yeah, a node will touch a beam, but a beam will not touch a beam, which there was no nodes in the middle of these things, so they fall through where there's no nodes. Let me show you. This will make sense once you see it in here. So like if I go to these, now these are the J-beams for the log, so I'll just look at one of them here. It's in edit mode. If I hit A and make it in wireframe, let me turn all this stuff off. So that is the only thing on. Alright, if I tell it to pick vertices, which they're called nodes in the game, the J-beam calls it vertices nodes. So the nodes are only at the end. Had I did like a loop cut and added like a loop around the middle, it would have damn it, that ain't right. It ain't doing it right. It would put a circle around the middle, but then I'd have to connect all these nodes to that node, those nodes, and those nodes connect back, and you end up with like 5,000 damn beams. So that's why I didn't do it. But where these nodes are around the edge, and remember, like a beam is just a line that connects two nodes. That's all it is. So the beams don't actually have collision physics, but the nodes contact the beams, but the beams don't make contact with other beams. So the way you would get around that is you'd have more nodes throughout the middle. That's how it would work. Now the reason why they work so well on this is because the nodes have are making contact with the surface. Let me turn that automatic trigger off. You know what? We know it works. Let's have some fun with it. Let's load it into like a map that we can actually play with it on. I don't want to do Utah again. Let's do a different one that's got like a hill. I don't know. Well, I guess East Coast. Yeah, because there's like a hill on the East Coast. Well, there's also one on Small Island, but let's load the East Coast. I like that hill that's kind of like by the ocean. So I'm not sure where exactly it is. I think it's close to this area. I don't know. We'll find it. Our mod's working. That's all that matters. To me, anyway. Now, just this part of the video will be showing you how to set it up, or how I would set it up. How you set it up's up to you. I just wanted to make sure it works. Let's see. You know, that road follows this. Alright, this is where I was looking for here. I like this crazy, like, yeah, I like this here. That's where I'll stick the thing here. It'll be partly hidden. Oh, here's my collapsed road I was working on. I guess I saved that. I never did finish this. I found out that these things can't be as jagged as they are because it won't work right. It's snagging the cars. I stopped working on that. I've forgotten about that. I have to make so many things I forget what I'm working on sometimes. Alright, so F11, I'll bring the car here, because if we don't, when we un-F11, we'll be teleported back across the map, which I wish it didn't do that, but it does. So this way the car can spawn, or hit F, get out of here. Spawn, the object will spawn here too. And I'll make a nice screenshot of this thing here, and so it'll have a preview. Damn, in the ocean? Really? I guess you never know with something like this where it's coming. Now, the thing about this, you can change the texture or whatever you want to change it to. It's quite easy to do. Now, the main thing is you got to make sure that the trigger is somewhere you can run over it, which I should have. Where's the damn trigger? Do you see it? There it is, right here. You have to make sure that it is in a place that's undisturbed by what's around it. It's just going to be kind of hanging off the edge of the road a little. Maybe I should have made that thing a lot narrower, where it was only like a few feet across instead of 15 feet. I wonder what them would do if they hit those trees. I guess they would bounce off of them. Let's erase the trees. At least the ones in the way. And the bushes. You see, I'm using the forest tool to erase. I don't want anything to block this crazy destruction that's coming. Hell of a time getting rid of them. Sometimes you just have to select them that way. Yeah, I'm about to say, you bastard, you locked up on me, but it didn't. Just paused for an uncomfortably long time. Now here's what you can do, and you know, you may not like the way this thing looks, and I get that. I don't like the way it looks. But I just wanted to stick something on it. You can say terrain tools, and you can say align up to mesh, and what this will do is it will bring the terrain up to the surface of this thing. Which is not doing it. Or it is, I can't damn tell. No, I can't tell if it's working or if it's not working. Shit. This is a mod, so no, it doesn't work like that with a mod. What I was going to say is you can just bring up the terrain and you can just paint it whatever hell color you want to paint it with the terrain painter. It probably looked better being actual dirt. See, originally when I made this thing, it was going to be just, you had to do this. I was like, you know what, but that's just gonna make it difficult for y'all to play with the mod. Who wants to do this? And they have to set it up. So I made the model to go with it. Make it life a little easier. But this would make it look better if it was blended in better. Yeah, I get that. This is not looking good here. And I'll just paint it. Get some good grass and paint. That damn decal. I'll just delete the decal. Oh, you know what? I think this is that damn PBR shit, where the damn base map for the damn level, no matter if you paint grass, cement, or shit on the ground, it's gonna look like the damn base model. That's what I think. Which it looks like it's working now. But that was the case on Small Island. Damn terrain, like the damn grass was like, if you painted asphalt, it looked like grass. It didn't look like the damn, depending on where you painted it. See, like this grass too, this base map of this grass is using the damn East Coast. So this one isn't though. I don't know, that's some crazy shit. I don't know why they made that decision to do it like that. But maybe it was because of the speed. It could get things done quicker that way. It would take longer the other way is the only thing I can think. Now these logs, they'll follow this thing. And it may not exactly go exactly where you think they're going to go. But I'm not going to spend forever painting this. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of something you could do if you didn't like this model. But it'd look better on the, since that texture came from Utah, it'd probably look better in Utah. I screwed up the damn road. You idiot. Damn talking, not paying attention. Oh, the model's sticking up there. It doesn't matter. You know what? We're about to damn die anyway. I'm not gonna spend too long doing this shit. I just wanted y'all to see how this mod works. Or how it will work. So we'll go back to our vehicle. Maybe y'all want me to spawn a few cars? I don't know. Maybe we should have a few of them to take the impact of this hell that's coming to these cars. I guess I need to put my user interface back on too. That's how I tell what I am swapped to. Based on the speedometer popping up, I know I'm in the truck or it's on the alright, I'm hitting the wrong thing. So tachometer, TAC 2 I think is the one I use. Yeah, that one. And I think I use the one that's got the little ignition thing too. I don't use a lot of this stuff. I'll keep it simple. See, this tells you when you hit tab if you're switched to the model or if you're switched to the car. But either way, once you set it up, I would say do this: pause the game, switch tab between them both, and hit right on the direction pad on your controller. So later, when you hit Shift R to reset the scene, your logs won't appear back out in the ocean where they were when they spawned in. So now we'll just bring in a few vehicles. Man, I already hear my damn GPU fan going, and you know, after this update, the game runs a lot worse. And I mean, it didn't run bad at all. I'm just saying now I can tell it's causing a strain on my system that it didn't used to. My fan turns on a lot faster than what it used to turn on, like a lot quicker. I guess we need to get something like, be nice to have like a better graphics card, but hell, you can't buy them unless you want to spend a lot of money. Scooby Dooby Dooby. We have our younger daughter, when she was little, she loved Scooby Doo. You know, Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We got some work for you to do now. I edited the song so that it says Scooby Dooby Dooby. And I asked her, I said, is it Scooby Dooby Doo or Scooby Dooby Dooby? And her and the other daughter was like, it's Scooby Dooby Doo. I said, and I led them on for like 30 minutes in the car, like just going back and forth. Nuh-uh, yeah it is, nuh-uh. So after I let them hear the modified song, I guess you were right. That was mean. It was funny. Alright folks, let's meet some hell coming your way in the form of some logs. Now you can let your imagination run wild and think of creative ways to destroy these things. I'm just going to kind of put them all here and just let the logs go free. I may make another video like all these people like to make on YouTube that's some more cinematic in nature. I'll probably make one that like a short one. I'm not much into making those things. Y'all do that stuff better than me. I just enjoy making the stuff, and y'all, I get fascinated when I see my stuff being in other people's videos. That's pretty cool. So I'll leave that stuff up to y'all, but I do want to make something with this and see what I can do with it. Okay, so all these cars are set. Let me reset their home positions by pausing the game, picking each one, tabbing through them, hitting right on the... It still moved that damn van, didn't it? I don't get it. I'm not gonna try to understand it. You just take your ass right over here, park it, buddy. Right there. So this is set up. Damn it, I hit that shit. I hate when I do that. Hit the damn F key and get out the car, especially if I'm picking this, because you can't get back in it. It's not a car, you know. Alright, so here's how this works. You just This damn thing, and damn they come down the dang hill. Bad day. Bad day indeed. Reset. Ah, they still reset over there, damn it. Alright, so what's in CR there? Let's do this. Let's make a... I'll save that for the next video.